We got to the council block 10 minutes tardy. Dolly had stopped off at Nutford Services to pick up a Pink Lady snack pack, so that put pay to our morning itinerary. She's old hat at this game though, and no slave to routine. But me, I'm green around the gills, this being my first day and all. I'm not over keen to be tarred with the get there late brush. I've only ever done industrial cleaning before. Bread mixers, vinyl floors, the occasional conveyor belt, but this was altogether a different kettle. The man from the council was waiting there when eventually we did arrive. He gave us the keys and a dressing down, and then he gave us a briefing. The owner of the flat, Mr. Cleaver, had sadly passed away. They couldn't find the old blokes next to kin. The council wanted the flat back in shape, so they got us in to do the polish up. Wanted it spotless for the next poor wretch, though quite who'd want to live there. I truly haven't the foggiest. Every shade of mould it had. Red, black, yellow, green, a rainbow of residential rot. And then there was the stuff, mounds of it, laid out like a grand museum of filth. A lifetime's worth of accumulated clutter, and not a tissue thrown after he'd blown his nose. I'd seen the likes on the telly before, mad old codgers who couldn't bear to part with the carcass of a microwave meal they'd mildly enjoyed in their youth. But I'd never seen or smelt it in the flesh. I can only describe it as a violent nasal assault. That stench will live in my nostrils till the day I can sniff no more. And the master close to sod all, save from fogging up the varifocals when I dare breathe. Dolly brought her apple up, sliced. Karma for making us late. In one bit, and judging by the rusted pan, was formerly a kitchenette. He'd papered the walls in Mystic Megs, cut them out of the sun he had. Every horoscope she'd ever done since 1996, stuck up on his cupboard fronts. Waiting for his fortunes to change, no doubt. And everywhere were spent tea lights, burnt right down to the wick, a foot deep everywhere you trod. We spent the morning clearing the path to the biggest pile in the room. Come lunchtime, we'd unearthed a patch of cord carpet. Oh, well, one square patch at least. But progress is progress, and we could get close. This horrible big dank lump it was, pregnant with horrors and grot. We picked away at it layer by layer, unearthing new odours on the way in our efforts to make a dent. It soon became apparent we were sifting ground zero, the original spot from whence his shit so fruitfully sprung forth. You could date the layers by the newspapers, like going back in time, a sediment of national events. Queen dies, referendum, Millennium Dome, Blair gets in, all the way back to 96, the date of his first Mystic Meg. And there we found her. Not Meg, his wife, Mr. Cleaver's next of kin. Poor cow, shuffled off our mortal coil and into the ones on the couch, which then formed the basis of a dirty burial mound, shortly after the police took over. She's been there some time, they said. I should, Coco, I said. They haven't sold that skirt since C&A closed, not to mention she's all bone. So they took some pics and bagged her up and shortly shipped her out. They got to gauge it, they said, an approximate time of death. Check his horoscopes, I said. Mystic Meg knows all. They laughed, and I pocketed one as a token. The earliest one I came across, 12th of September 1996. She had it in her hand. I can't imagine it would go on her headstone, but somebody should know. Someone has to remember that date.